We hear a lot about what AI can do, right? But the real question, the one that really matters, is this. How do we build AI that we can actually trust? Well, today, we're going to break down a powerful framework for doing exactly that, the 8 pillars of responsible AI.
Look, AI is everywhere. It's in our phones, it's in our hospitals, it's changing everything. And while it holds this incredible promise, it also brings up a massive question. As this tech gets more and more powerful, who's making sure it's being built responsibly? Who is actually writing the rules?
The good news is there's an answer. It lies in a shared framework. So we're going to walk through 8 core principles, these pillars that are designed to guide developers in building AI that's safe, that's fair, and that's actually aligned with our human values. Think of it as a blueprint for building trust.
Okay, so the first 3 pillars, these are all about the foundation. They make sure that AI systems are operating within the rules and norms of our society. This is what creates that essential bedrock of trust we need to build everything else on.
First up, legal compliance. Now this might seem kind of obvious, but it is absolutely crucial. AI is not above the law. It has to respect all the existing regulations, whether we're talking about data privacy laws like GDPR, intellectual property, or even fundamental human rights.
So, what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, imagine a system that uses your personal data. To be compliant, it has to get your explicit consent first, ask for permission. And then it has to take steps to anonymize that data, just like the law says. It's really about embedding our legal standards directly into the code itself.
Next up, we have accountability. Think about it. If something goes wrong with an AI system, who's responsible? This pillar says there has to be a clear answer. It means you need human oversight. You need defined roles. So we always know who is accountable for the AI's actions and its outcomes.
So let's say there's an AI that helps decide if you get a loan. An accountable system would keep detailed records of every single decision it makes. And this is the important part. Humans would have to regularly review those records to check for fairness and make sure the system is actually working the way it's supposed to.
And the final pillar in this foundational group is transparency. This is all about pulling back the curtain. For people to trust AI, they need to have at least a basic understanding of how it works, what it's for, and just as importantly, what its limitations are. It really just comes down to clear communication.
We see this kind of thing every day. A transparent online store won't just show you a product. It might say something like, because you bought this, you might like that. It's a simple explanation, but it builds trust by revealing just a little bit of its logic, which makes the whole thing feel less like a mysterious black box.
All right, so with that foundation of trust in place, the next set of pillars focuses directly on us, on the people who are actually affected by AI. This is all about designing for fairness, for equity, and for positive human interaction.
So Pillar 4 is all about fairness and inclusivity. See, AI systems learn from data. And if that data reflects our own historical biases, guess what? The AI is going to learn those biases too. This pillar demands that we actively fight against that by using diverse data, constantly testing for bias, and making sure the technology serves everyone, not just a select few.
And here's a great real-world example of that. A traditional loan system might unfairly punish a freelancer just for having an irregular income. But a fair and inclusive AI, it's designed to understand these non-traditional profiles, which helps promote equal access to credit for everybody.
Okay, now this is a really important point that people mix up all the time. The difference between transparency and explainability. They sound similar, but they're not. Transparency is about understanding the system as a whole, like what does it do and how does it work in general. Explainability, on the other hand, is about understanding one specific decision. Why did it give me this specific result?
And that brings us right to pillar number 5, explainability. Especially in high-stakes situations, think medicine, think finance, it's just not enough to know that a system works. We need to know why it made a particular recommendation. This is so important for finding bugs, for challenging an outcome, and you guessed it, for building real, deep trust.
So, for instance, if an AI suggests a medical diagnosis, a doctor needs to know why. An explainable system would be able to highlight the specific symptoms, or the lab results, or the scan data that led to its conclusion. That allows the doctor to actually verify the AI's reasoning.
Pillar 6 is being human-centric. And here's the key takeaway. The goal of AI shouldn't be to replace human expertise. It should be to enhance it. These systems should be designed as powerful tools that support our judgment and our agency, always keeping a human in the loop. Take a classroom, for example. A human-centric AI could help a teacher create personalized lesson plans for every single student. The AI handles the heavy lifting with the data, but the teacher remains the ultimate guide, just using this amazing tool to do their job even better.
All right, our final set of pillars, this is all about engineering for reality. Because it's not enough for an AI to be a good idea on paper. It has to be reliable, secure, and sustainable when it's out in the messy, unpredictable, real world. Pillar 7 is all about being technically robust and secure. Now, robustness means the AI can handle weird, unexpected situations without just breaking down. And security means it's protected from hackers and malicious attacks. I mean, a system isn't responsible if it's easily fooled or if it crashes the second it sees something new, right?
And the stakes really couldn't be higher than with something like an autonomous vehicle. A robust car would have redundant backup systems, so if the main navigation fails for any reason, a fail-safe immediately kicks in to bring the car to a safe stop. It's all about planning for failure.
And that brings us to our 8th and final pillar, environmental sustainability. Let's be real, training these huge AI models requires a massive amount of energy and computing power, and that has a real environmental cost. A truly responsible approach to AI has to take its own ecological footprint into account.
But here's the cool part. AI can also be part of the solution. This example shows an AI that's actually designed to optimize software, making it run more efficiently and use less energy in data centers. So it's about being mindful of the impact and maybe even using AI to help solve some of these sustainability challenges.
So, there you have it. The path to a responsible AI future isn't about just one thing. It's about a whole approach. It starts with building that foundation of trust and legality. Then, it focuses on designing for people. And finally, it makes sure that what we build is engineered for the complexities of the real world.
What's great about this framework is it gives all of us a shared language to talk about what we want from this technology. It empowers us to ask the right questions and to demand better. So the real question isn't just for the developers, it's for all of us. Now that you know the pillars, what are you going to expect from the AI in your life?